Alright guys, so today we're going to check out the JBL Reflect Aero True Wireless Earbuds. And the reason that I wanted to check these out is they're a little bit different than JBL's other earbuds, because JBL, in my opinion, is one of those companies that's basically helping oversaturate the earbud market. They come out with earbuds left and right. There's so many different models, so it's usually kind of hard to tell one from the next. But this pair is basically like a direct competitor to the Jaybird lineup of earbuds, and more specifically like the Jaybird Vista. It has a built-in little lanyard or strap onto the case. You can tell by the design of the earbuds, it's made to stay in your ears no matter what you're doing. So if you're gonna be running, cycling, going to the gym, this is one of those pairs that you would gravitate towards simply for it staying in your ears. And not only that, it does have some pretty solid IP protection. So it comes in rated at IP68, which means on top of being waterproof, it is also dust proof. So it means if you're going to be working outdoors or like at a construction site where dust is flying around, you're gonna be at the beach where sand is just blowing around left and right, this is one of those pairs that can withstand basically any of that. And if you do just happen to drop it into water, it's gonna survive that as well. Now, some other things, if you are looking at buying these, it does come in 4 different colors. You can see that I have the black version here, but it also comes in a blue, a mint color, and also white. And then when it comes to some of the tech specs that are on these, it does have Bluetooth 5.2. It also supports multi-point connection, so you can connect to more than one device at a time. It also has Google's Fast Pair, so when you pop open the lid for the first time, you will see it pop up on your screen, and it's very easy to connect to these. It's basically like how the AirPods work with iPhones. And then it also has Alexa compatibility, so it's easy to just kind of give voice commands if you're already used to using that. It has adaptive noise canceling, where it will change depending on your environment and the situation you're in. And it also has smart sensors. So if you take the earbuds out, it'll just pause, and then it'll just go back to what you're listening to once you put them back in. Now, as far as what all you're getting inside the box, on top of getting the usual 3 sets of ear tips, your small, medium, and large, you're also getting small, medium, and large wing tips. And this is what allows these to stay in your ears. And basically, again, you can shake your head, you can jump up and down, and these are not going to go anywhere. But I will say the wing tips over time, and this could just be me personally, it does get a little bit uncomfortable after about an hour or so. And it may just be because my ears are not used to using wing tips, but I think if you use these on a more regular basis, the wing tips aren't gonna bother you as much. Now, as far as the charging on these, it does come with a USB-C cable, and you are gonna have to use the cable because oddly, these do not have Qi wireless charging. And I don't know if this has something to do with like the dust and the water protection, but at this price tag, I don't see why these would not have Qi wireless charging. And speaking of that price tag, it's kind of weird. I bought these for $99 about a week or so ago. But when you go onto Amazon now, and even going onto JBL's website, they're marked at $149. So the retail price is $149, but I think, you know, in typical JBL fashion, you'll probably see these go on sale quite a bit. Now, going back to talking about the charging, I do want to talk about the battery life on these, because the battery life, if you're going to use these with the noise canceling off, you can get 8 hours on the earbuds with about 24 hours using the case. But if you're going to use these with the noise canceling on, it's only going to drop the battery life down to 7 hours on the earbuds and about 21 hours using the case. Now, this pair does work with JBL's app. This allows you to keep these earbuds updated. It also makes sure that you have the right fit with the earbuds. It has some different EQ options. It also allows you to switch around your controls, because out of the box, it does not allow you to control everything. You actually do have to go into the app to switch some things around to be able to get it to do all of the basic functions. And then they also have what they call a voice aware feature. This allows you to hear yourself. It's basically like side tone. So if you're going to be on phone calls, You know, you want to be able to hear yourself. This kind of keeps you from yelling, because especially when you have a pair that has noise canceling and it's blocking everything out, you tend to be a little bit louder during phone calls because you just can't hear yourself talking. But with this feature, it's very easy to hear yourself. So I do like that they've included this. And speaking of the noise canceling, this pair does have 6 microphones total, but it's only utilizing 4 of these for the noise canceling. And this is a very effective pair when it comes to noise canceling. It's not one of those that just does a good job against like lower tones, like engine noises and AC units. This actually kind of steps it up when it comes to people talking, or if a TV's going on, anything that has like that higher tone to it. These are doing a pretty decent job of blocking all of that out. But one feature that I think is really just something that's great on this pair is the smart ambient mode that it also has. It will just adjust automatically to the environment if you have it in here. So if you're in a noisy environment, it will allow these sounds to come in, but it won't be like overly loud. And if you're in a more quiet environment, but you just like maybe an office and you know that somebody might come up to talk to you, it will just kind of amp up a little bit so that you're able to hear more subtle things without, again, it being overbearing to your music. So again, it'll just adjust depending on your situation when it comes to noise canceling and also when it comes to the ambient mode. And overall, it's very easy to carry on a conversation without taking these out. And for the most part, everything sounds pretty natural around you. It doesn't have that overly digital sound to it. Now, if you are going to use this pair for taking phone calls, this is where it utilizes all 6 of the microphones, and it does a damn good job of picking up my voice. And it really kind of blocks out everything around me, where it's really hard to hear it if you're on the other end of a call. And again, having that side tone is very beneficial during phone calls. So I was very impressed with the mic quality, but you guys can be a judge by listening to a test here. So here is the mic test using the JBL Reflect Aero, and overall, again, I'm really impressed at how well it picks up my voice and tries to keep it as natural as possible. But this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call. And so now here is the mic test with crowd noise being played, which you can hear here. And so this is what it would sound like if you were to take a call in public. So now let's talk about the sound. Now, the first thing that I want to say is this pair is only using 6.8 millimeter drivers, and just based off numbers, you would not think that that would be very powerful. But in comparison, the Sonys, I believe, use like 7 millimeter drivers, and JBL's basically kind of doing the same thing. They are getting a lot out of those drivers. It's really pushing a lot when it comes to the low end. And as expected, because this pair is made for being active and using them at the gym and kind of needing something to keep you motivated, this is a very dynamic sounding pair of earbuds. And because it's JBL, who's owned by Harman, it definitely is tuned to have that Harman curve. So when it comes to the low end, it does not hold back here. Even when it comes to sub bass and mid bass, it has a nice aggressive punch, but JBL has tuned these where that does not roll over everything else. It does not affect your mids. So vocalists, whether it be male or female vocalists, I had no issues hearing them. They felt like they were just maybe a step or 2 up. So you can tell there is a slight boost in the mids. And the treble has this really nice clean sound to it. That's still pretty far away from being harsh. So if I were to say anything, it's maybe leaning a little bit more towards the bass and the mids than the treble. But the plus here is going into the app and playing around with some of the EQ options can definitely boost the treble quite a bit more. It definitely responds to EQing really well, so that's a huge plus. And then when it comes to the sound stage and the sound imaging, because it has that dynamic sound, it does tend to leave me feeling like I'm in a medium to large size room. This definitely is not like the most open pair of earbuds that I've heard. But again, that's really kind of to be expected because of the tuning that these have. I mean, you're not going to get a dynamic sound signature and then a concert hall type of openness. That's just not something that goes hand in hand. But being able to tell where different sounds are coming from, this pair has absolutely no issues with. So my overall opinion is this is an excellent alternative to the Jaybird Vista lineup. I think this is a direct competitor to those, and a pair like the Beats Fit Pros, another pair that's made for being active, and I think it's right in line with those. I mean, when it comes to the sound, it's tuned very similar. You're going to get that, again, Harman curve, that dynamic sound. The noise canceling, though, in this pair, I think is better than both the Jaybird and the Beats Fit Pros. But again, I do feel like Apple is holding back on the Beats Fit Pros because although they sound great, the noise canceling just feels like it's handicapped just so they can sell some more AirPod Pros. But where I do not feel like JBL is holding back, I don't feel like the noise canceling is top tier like Sony or Bose. But at $150 and especially at $99, the noise canceling is very impressive. And on top of that, the ambient mode is really good. The battery life is pretty decent on this pair. Although again, I wish that this pair had Qi wireless charging. There are so many earbuds out there that are this price and cheaper that offer those features. But there's also not a lot of earbuds out there that can give you waterproof and dustproof on a pair where you can use them and basically not have to worry about the environment that you're in. So depending on what it is you're looking for in a pair of earbuds, if you need something that's kind of on that line of being indestructible, especially when it comes to the elements around you, but you like a dynamic sound and you need some really good noise canceling or a really good awareness mode, this pair is definitely one of the better ones that I've tested. So guys, that's my video on the JBL Reflect Aeros. Again, they come in at $149. I would say just kind of keep an eye on them until you can get them again for 99 bucks. And at that price, I think these are a steal. But thank you so much for checking out this video. Thank you so much for checking out all the other videos. And as always, make sure to stay tuned for more.